Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is JaaackJack and I would love to invite you to hit that red subscribe button to officially become part of the Little Flower family. So for today's video, I have a very special guest. She started out as my favorite yoga teacher and then we became really good friends, and she even led the teacher training that I did not too long ago. Or actually, it was almost 2 years ago. Oh my gosh.
But that's okay.
It's okay. That's why we're making this video.
Exactly. Hi guys, I'm Kyrie. It's great to be back. I mean, I feel like if you guys haven't checked out the video that we did together for our yoga routine a couple years ago now.
Yeah, it's been a while, but we did a video together, so some of you may already be familiar with Kyrie.
Yes.
But for those of you who aren't, this is Kyrie.
And if you haven't checked out that video, you definitely should go check it out, because it gives you a little bit of like a 30-minute flow roughly. Something like that. So if you're looking to practice some yoga and you're not sure where to start, it's a great place, great resource to go to.
And it's free. So if you guys have been keeping up with my hashtag #FitWithJack series, then you know that I have been working on putting myself first and taking care of myself and practicing self-love. And the way I wanted to incorporate that for this month is to finish what I started, which is my teacher training that I started like years ago.
Yeah, so yoga teacher training is a program that involves a lot of self-study and a lot of study about the practice. And a lot of times people think that yoga is just about these poses that you do, when in fact there are so many other aspects of it that help you to relate to yourself better and to the rest of the world. So at your most basic level, you have a 200-hour training, and that includes several asana practices, which are the poses, and it includes several lectures on the philosophy of yoga. You learn basic anatomy, how to keep your students safe. You learn about the chakras, which is more of an energetic understanding of the body. So once you complete all of those lectures and all of the homework that goes along with them and all the classes that are involved, and take a final exam, which includes written questions and teaching a class to a partner, and you end up getting your 200-hour teaching certificate.
And teacher training, honestly, you guys, if you follow my vlogs, then you kind of know the experience, but it was one of the greatest experiences that I've ever had. Like, I learned so much, not only just about yoga, but about myself too. And I felt like it helped me grow so much as a person. So I loved every minute of teacher training, but I never actually completed my teacher training because I feel like halfway through, I've been having knee problems like for years, but halfway through my knee started hurting so much that I kind of stepped back a little bit from actually attending the classes that I needed to do. So that slowed me down a little bit, and then when I wanted to like get more back into it and like finish the classes shortly after, that's when the girls went missing, and that, you guys know that whole experience, and that just kind of turned my world all around. And now that Zoe and I have our little routine, I'm focusing on myself, and that's why I'm stepping back onto the mat to, again, the theme of this month, finish what I started. So Kyrie and I got together and we went over everything that I've turned in and everything that I accomplished so far. So we're gonna go over and create a checklist of the things that I still need to do in order to complete teacher training.
So yeah, it looks like you need to take a total of 17 more classes, 2 of which need to be of that C1 format that you learned.
And C1 is like beginner's yoga.
It's like an intro to power yoga. And then there are a couple follow-up questions at the end of each tab in your manual. Okay. And so you'll want to make sure there's 2 sections that we found that still need to be completed. One for the yoga philosophy and one for the actual C1 series. So I've actually marked those right here for you.
Let me show them how big this manual is. Like, look at this manual, and it has so much information in here, and this is what we use during teacher training. And so there's some follow-up questions that I need to do.
Yes, and then you have the ones that are just more involved with the actual C1 series. So it'll help people to, or it'll help you to be able to help people get into their poses in a safe way.
Yeah, cool.
After that, really you just have to find, there were 2 dates that you missed for a couple of weddings that you went to. Congrats to the newlyweds. And those involve just a couple of makeup assignments. So just if you find those and can email them to me.
I know that I for sure did those, so I just have to go on my computer and find. They were like makeup homework, like little essays. So I'm gonna find those and then I'll email them to you.
Perfect. And then last, just make sure you have a journal entry for each of those classes that you take.
Journal entries.
Yes.
Gotcha. It's crazy because I feel like whenever, and maybe you guys can relate to this too, whenever you have incomplete tasks, they feel like just so big and overwhelming, like you can't finish it. But now, like sitting here writing this checklist, I'm like, oh, that's not too bad. I can do that. So that's my checklist of the things that I need to do in order to complete teacher training. But I definitely want to invite you guys to join me in on this challenge of finishing what you started, whatever it may be for you. But I definitely understand, I can relate to how overwhelming it can feel, like trying to do these tasks that you keep pushing back. So Kyrie actually has some amazing tips to share.
A lot of times procrastination on a goal is because we're feeling really overwhelmed. What often happens is we set a goal, but because we feel overwhelmed, our brain kind of goes into this chaos mode. We call that cognitive dissonance. So just a couple simple things that you can do to help calm some of that chaos down, because that, as long as you have that chaos happening in your brain, it's going to keep you from getting to that goal. So a way to tackle that is start by just making a list. I know it sounds really simple, really elementary, but if you take the time to actually write down what needs to, like what are the actual steps you would need to take to finish what it is that you started, it can just make it seem a lot less intimidating, like Jackie mentioned earlier.
Just like what we did here, making that list, like it just shows that it's not that scary, it's not that overwhelming as much as I thought it was, you know? So
exactly. So once you have that list written down, what I encourage you to do is to take some time and actually visualize what it would feel like to have accomplished that goal. It's actually science. It's been proven that when you do that, you are much more likely to finish that goal. And it's actually encouraged to, as you do this visualization, to actually utilize the 5 senses even. So take it as far as, you know, what would it look like? What would it feel like to the touch? What might it sound or taste like?
What would it smell like?
What would it smell like? Just take into account even the 5 senses. Visualize it from the first person. So if it were you, what would it look like around you? And then even visualizing from the 3rd person perspective. So it's like, you know, if I were Jackie and I was visualizing Jackie experiencing it, what would it look like from that 3rd person perspective? And even taking into consideration the 5 senses can be really helpful, because it gets you to be really specific, and the more specific you are, the easier it is for your brain to kind of get you to that point.
Yeah, and you can do that in different ways as well, like whether you sit and meditate on it or even journal about it. So whatever works for you. So I definitely want to encourage you guys to join in on this challenge of finishing what you started. So I challenge you guys right now, leave a comment down below letting me know what you're going to finish, when you're going to finish it by, and what it's going to feel like. I can't wait to read your guys' comments, so be sure to follow Kyrie. I'll leave her links down below. And thumbs up this video if you want to see me and Kyrie do more videos together. Maybe we'll do like a yoga flow for you guys. I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a magical and blessed day. Bye! Oh, wait, no, what am I saying now?
You're so close.
You got this, you got this. So, Kyrie.
That's me. What I encourage you to do, I didn't like what I just did with my face. I like just did this weird twitchy. So what I encourage you to do, no, I didn't like that either. What was the last thing I said that made sense?
Did that one work or no?
I didn't know it was coming.
I didn't know. What did you just say? Sorry. Oh, I remember. Okay.
I don't even know.
I know. Yeah, we did it before the battery died.
Yes.